Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Welcome to our second webinar for 2024. Thank you for those that have joined in. I'm seeing familiar faces or familiar names. Thanks, Bez, Benny, Tristan. Thank you very much. Thank you, Joy. This is our second webinar for 2024, and our webinar for today is Mastering Your Finances for Business Growth. And in looking at that, we look at why some businesses succeed more than the others. And there is a science in achieving your goals. So today we are just briefly going to talk about the science of achieving your goals. At MMCP, we are for building sustainable, scalable, and sellable businesses. We all know when you're a business owner, you get into business to make money, and you either make money through your salary and selling the business, and also making sure that when you want to retire, you will be able to retire. So at MMCP, we are for building sustainable, scalable, and sellable businesses. Your presenter this afternoon is Ntabiseng Maidi, who is the principal in the business. So let's start with what is happening in every business. Some business owners would ask themselves as to why is my neighbor succeeding in his business and why am I not succeeding? And so we will be unpacking some of the issues that have been identified in growing your business. And so the first one that we'll talk about is revenue targets. Why is it difficult to meet your revenue target? Or why are you missing your revenue target? And in missing your revenue target, it leads to you not being able to meet your goals as a business. And you end up feeling stuck. And there is a science in actually making sure that you meet your goals. As you know, I am a certified value builder coach with a value builder system from Canada, and they have been working on a research on why are business owners failing in achieving their goals specifically. And there were questionnaires that were sent to business owners, and they in all of them, there is almost a pattern. And as at MMCP, in the last 3 years, we've been working with business owners in assisting them to see what are the real issues that are impacting the growth of their business and assist them with a breakthrough for those barriers and resulting in them unlocking their profit potential. So as a business owner, and if you are like any other business owner, you started your company with a goal to build a valuable business that can thrive without you, or even selling it, this will have an impact on that value of your business. Some of us were impacted severely by the pandemic in the last 3 years, in the last 4 years, and we are also still struggling to come back and resuscitate our businesses. I've got a book that I'm going to be giving out at the end of this session. And it talks about how to reinvent yourself after going through some serious issues in your business, whether it was the pandemic, whether it was 2008 when there was the recession and you have not been in a position to come back fully. So there is a book that is a small book that you can look at. So in all of this, motivation, it has been proven that motivation is not the only thing that you require in your business to make sure that you are succeeding. So there are other factors that you have to put together with motivation to make sure that you succeed. As an example, when you decide to exercise, there are, let's say you say you want to lose weight, and one of your goals is to regularly exercise and maintain a healthy weight. So there has been a research done whereby 3 groups of people, around 248, were identified, and they participated in the research, whereby they were looking at what really makes them achieve their goal of losing weight. And the first group, they call it the control group, where each of the group members in the control group were requested to log their activity every day. Before they began exercising, they were asked to read the first 3 paragraphs of a totally unrelated novel. Then there was a second group that was exercising through motivation. They were also asked to keep track of their frequency, on how frequent they exercise. And each person, before they were exercising, they were required to read a brochure of the benefits of exercising and for reducing the risk of heart disease. So that was the second group. And the third group was the action group. And in the action group, after being told to track their exercise, they had to read a motivational brochure, and they also get the same speech as the previous, the motivation speech as the previous group. But this group, they were asked to put an action plan in place. They had to put an action plan as to how are they going to exercise, when are they going to exercise, and they had to put almost like a framework in terms of what they're going to do. For an example, I will participate in a 20-minute exercise every second day of the week at whatever time. So that was the third group that was there. So, and what the results of their research were so significantly different, that the first group, which is the control group, got 38%. Remember, this is a group where they were required to exercise weekly and read a book, a totally unrelated book, a novel, on a weekly basis. So the results were 38% of the participants. They exercised at least once a week. Then the second group that was motivated, which was quite strange, that the second group that was given a motivation motivation speech, they actually performed bad, worse than the first group, and only 35% of them exercised during the week. However, the third group, that was called the action group, is the one that performed better. They exercised at least once or twice a week, and they were also consistent in their exercise regime. So this indicated that by simply writing down your plan, you are in a position to actually follow through. A lot of us attend motivational talks. I'm one of them. I attended a lot of them. I continue to listen to them. However, what I've noted is that I can attend a Robin Banks motivation seminar. However, if I fail to put an action plan in what he was motivating us on, I end up, after a very long time, having not achieved my goals. So the important thing is writing down or noting your goals. So here it says the study that was done provides empirical evidence for the effectiveness of 3 coaching goals. You need to have an accountability partner, which is another thing. You have to be committed to your goals. And the important one, again, is writing down your goals. And so, and it was also proven that you can have your goals and they can be known to you alone. If you don't have an accountability partner where you continuously share with them your progress, you end up just falling off the tracks as well. And you end up not also achieving your goals, unlike if you had an accountability partner. Because the other thing is your accountability partner is going to ensure that you are committed. Imagine if you had promised your accountability partner that you are going to complete your marketing strategy, and on the day that you are meeting, you haven't done it. I suppose you will feel embarrassed, and you will not want to be embarrassed further. So how do you actually do an action plan so that you can ensure that you achieve what you are intending on doing? The first thing is, what are you going to do? And all of these things that I'm going to talk about, we all know them. We have done them sometime in our lives. We know them. So, but you need to know, what will you do? What are you going to do? The next one is, where will you do it? Where will you do it? And lastly is, when are you going to do it? I must say that this seems as though it's easy. After running the Value Builder coaching program 3 years now, I have found that a lot of business owners still struggle with this. It is easy. You can put it in your business plan, but when it comes to the crux of actually doing the stuff, what you're going to do, when are you going to do, and where are you going to do it, I have found that a lot of business owners were still battling with what they were going to do. It's easy to say them, but once you are not in a position to record that, once you are not in a position to follow through, once you are not in a position to constantly review your progress, it becomes very difficult to achieve your goals. So, based on the results of the program that I've been running in the last 3 years, I would start with a cohort of 8 people, and it will reduce to 4, and the people that will actually complete the work will be 3. And it's because it ends up being so overwhelming that you're a business owner, you have to set aside time to work in your business, on your business, not in your business. Some of them were starting to feel overwhelmed and they would fall off of the program. But for those that have actually maintained attending the classes, maintained on doing what they were told to do, I have proof that they were in a position to either go and raise funding, or they were either in a position to be considered for another for an improvement in their business by getting into another business. So I have cases where people have actually done the work and they can actually show the results for their businesses. So this brings us to what MMCP does. At MMCP, we've got a program where we provide online coaching. And the online coaching is based on, we look at where we begin off by doing, an easy term would be a diagnostic test. We call it a sellability score or a value builder score. And that gives you, and at first we look at what could your business be valued at? And once we know what could your business be valued at, we look at the questionnaire looks at, we've got almost 37 questions. There are specific questions that we ask based on what we consider the drivers of a business. And the drivers of the business will allow you to actually have a focused activities towards the areas where you've been performing bad. And based on that, we create a program that you can work through that will assist you to achieve your goals. So as I said, you start off with identifying the value of your business, and we look at your score, whether your business is sellable or not. And then we look at what could be driving those areas down. Based on that, we come with an action plan. It is a very detailed action plan whereby, as a business owner, you need to create some time to actually look at the actions or the plans that you need to implement in your business. So first, then you can see here you have got, it's a program, it's an online tool that you have got access to at any given time. You can go into the program and load your goals and the due dates, and there you already have an accountability partner. You have actually also met another requirement for success, which is noting down your goals. So there's two things in there. And as a coach, from time to time, I'll be in a position, at the beginning, I'll be in a position to see your score, and we'll be in a position to discuss the score and look at where did you actually go wrong in your business, or what are the things that you need to add in terms of specific action plans. And we will work with you in describing the most efficient improvement plan for your business. So, and that is what we start off by doing. And the program is over a period of it's over a period of 8 months. However, we can tailor make the program depending on your requirements. So the program has got 12 steps that we do over a period of 8 months, meaning you'll find that there is 2 steps that you will do in 1 month. And if you feel that that will be overwhelming for you, you will then say, okay, I don't want to do it over 8 months. I want to do it over 12 months so that I can allow myself to actually implement some of the things that are in there. So the first one is we look at in module 1, we look at where you are as a business. This is our value builder assessment or the score. It tells us where are you now. And one of the other questions that I like asking in that session as well is, how much would you sell your business on that day? If you were to meet someone that is willing to pay for your business, how much would be the selling price on that day? And then based on the results of your assessment, we start off with your scalability finder. And the scalability finder will ensure that your business is attractive to potential buyers if you intend on buying. But remember, a potential buyers look at growing businesses. So that will indicate that your business is set for growth. So your scalability funder will ensure that we construct a durable platform for the growth of your business. Then we come to the customer score. In the customer score, we identify what your customers are saying about you. Are you dependent on one customer? Are you servicing your customers correctly? Can your customers recommend your business? Because one thing that is important is that if your customer is unable to recommend your business, it means your business is not growing. So we want to understand, what are your customers saying? The next one is your growth quad, where we look at what are the growing opportunities. Do you have a very innovative product, or are you operating in a region whereby you can monopolize that region or that area? Do you have a niche market? So there we identify what are your potentials for growth? What are the areas that you can actually capture that will allow you to grow your business? And then the next one is we work also with you on how to create recurring revenue in your business, how to create automatic customers. One good example, let's say you are in the flower business, and being in the flower business, you wait for Ntabiseng to come and buy flowers every weekend or every 2 weeks. However, from time to time, Ntabiseng forgets that, by the way, I need to go and get flowers, like what is happening now. So what you do is, as a florist, you do a contract with Ntabiseng to say, I will send you flowers every 2 weeks. I don't need to stress, so you are relieving me of a stress of going to look for flowers, and you deliver flowers for me every 2 weeks. The lovely thing with that methodology, or with that is that you, as the business owner, you don't have spoilage of flowers. You don't have stock. You don't keep stock of flowers that you don't need, because there you have created whatever stock that you are going to buy will be to fulfill your customer orders and probably a little bit for your working orders. So you have solved two issues there. You have solved your stock holding issues, you have reduced your wastage, and importantly, you have got recurring revenue. So those are some of the aspects that we talk about in that module. The other one is your monopoly control, whether the monopoly or the area or the niche that you have created for yourself, have you captured it correctly and completely? And are you in a position to differentiate yourself from one of your neighbor's businesses and that? The other one, the module 7, we deal with removing you from being operational in your business. The reason why business owners or some businesses don't grow is, as a business owner, I'm stuck in the business and I end up also being a bottleneck in the business. I'm stuck in the business. I can't even do business development because I'm busy focusing on the small stuff. So there's a book on Don't Sweat the Small Stuff. And some to a certain extent, some of the small stuff are the ones that makes businesses not to grow, because you are not in a position to break free out of your business and let your business run on its own. The next one, module 8, we deal with what we call the Switzerland structure. Is taken from the concept that Switzerland is right in the middle of Europe, but it's very independent. Is so how independent are you, or how dependent are you on one customer, one supplier, or one or that, or one person in the business? Then we go back to your customers again. Customers drive values of our businesses. In module 3, we have spoken about customers, and there we give you an exercise to go and do what we call a survey on the Net Promoter Score. We want to see whether your customers are promoting your business or are they detractors for your business. And where you find that you can identify issues, there it will allow you to hear the voice of your customers and make improvements in your business. The next one, module 10, we talk about the valuation teeter-totter, and there is whether your business is cash generating or does it suck cash. Let's go back to your flower business. Imagine if you were buying flowers every day and you end up not even selling all of them. It means you require cash flows on a daily basis. And sometimes because of the stock losses, you lose the cash. So there we determine whether your business does it spit cash or does it actually use a lot of cash. Module 11, we talk about a short list builder. Here we look at what could be your strategic partners, whether it's strategic partners or your centers of influence. As a business, you require both of them. Let's go back again with your centers of business, so centers of influence. Centers of influence are those people that will talk about your business without you paying them. One example, you say, someone is talking, oh, I'm looking for an accountant, whatever. And the guy would say, oh, by the way, I've got this company that I've been using for so many years, or I've got someone who knows a company. So that person will make sure that most of the time they advocate for your business. When it comes to strategic partners, we're looking at who can I partner with that will make sure that I get referrals or I get business. So we also focus on that. And you need to have your list of at least 10 centers of influence and probably 10 strategic partners, because those partnerships are very important. And this will indicate how well are you networked as a person or as a business owner. Where you are not well networked, you will not find people, the centers of influence, that are willing to actually advocate for your business. The last one, module 12, is we talk about the envelope test. Remember in module 1, I asked people, I asked the cohort, how much would you want to sell your business? And when we get to module 12, we do the score again, the value builder or the sellability score again, with the hope that there has been improvement in some of the strategies that would have coached you on, or the improvements that would have spoken about. And where, remember, we've been tracking your goals. So there's no way that you just do the program without you actually actively working on the goals that you have. So with the envelope test, we go and check whether what you said you'll be able to sell your business at the beginning, can you really do it now? So with some, I found that it actually, the value would actually just skyrocket and go up because they were failing just to do small things. But with those that are unfortunate, you'll find that the value actually goes down. And most of the time is because they did not understand the questions at the beginning. So when they redo the questions, they are now talking from what is happening in the business, and they're in a position to give a true sense of what is happening in their business. And you can repeat this whole process over a period of 3 years on a year, because 1 year you'll be in a position to improve on your customers. But the other year you will be in a position to improve on you being in a business by having someone running the business on your behalf. So this is the program that we use. And the program, as I said, it's online. And we have got a number. We have got a number of things that we work on. We've got video learning that you go through. We've got online tools that you use. As I indicated, it's a program that you can access. And we also have action items for each goal. If you say, what my goal is to open a branch in Limpopo, it's a goal, you need to have action items as to how are you going to achieve that goal in opening a branch in Limpopo. So that's what we work on. And with each of the accomplishments that you have done, we record that. For each and every goal, if there's an action item and then there's an achievement, we record that, so that at the end, you'll be in a position to run a report at some point. And when you look at it, you are like, wow, actually, this has actually happened, that I've reached my goals. So those are some of the things that we have in our program. So the next one is, we also benchmark you with companies in your industry, so that you can see how you are doing as compared to your peers. Because sometimes it doesn't help that you have put your own goals here, only to find that, wow, your peers are actually doing far much better than you are doing, or you are doing far much better than your peers. So it's actually advisable that you constantly look at where you are and where you are as compared to your peers. One of the things that I've learned earlier in my life is that when you start a business, you always have to have your vision should be, how would you want people to see you or to see your business in the next 10 years? And one of the things that I had said to myself was, I would like to own a group of companies. That was my vision. I would like to own a group of companies. And I am working towards that in actually owning a number of companies. So it does help that you have a benchmark of where you would want to go in terms of your vision and in terms of your competitors in the market. So it has been proven. And this number, I'm so excited I was so excited when I looked at the numbers, the recent numbers that were issued to us, that most of the businesses, before they actually do the value builder, they will be sold at a multiple of 3.5. However, after you doing the value builder, when they do the due diligence, a buyer would usually buy at a multiple of 7.1. One of the things that buyers look at when they come and buy your business, first is the business going to run properly without Ntabi saying, if we were to acquire the business? That is number one. Is the business going to give us sufficient income or cash flows for us to repay the loan that we would have taken to buy the business? Is the business dependent on one customer or one supplier? So how is the risk managed? Does this business have a differentiated offering? So those are some of the questions that a buyer would usually look at. And the reason why that score here will move from a 3.5 to a 7.1, it's because before any buyer can even come to you, we would have dealt with some of the questions that a buyer would sell during the due diligence stage. And you would have prepared yourself that when they come in, all of those will be easy. One other example, does this business have, if you are in a manufacturing environment, does this business have standard operating procedures? Does this business have their processes documented? So, and that we deal with in this program. So when a buyer comes and say, can we see your documented processes? For them, it allows them to run a business smoothly after you have sold it. And remember, a business that is sellable, you will be in a position to command the price that you require. Because once you don't have some of those things, and the buyer is so keen on buying your business, they will start pinpointing small things that you don't have this, you don't have this, you don't have this, hence I'm going to give you a much lesser price. But once you have got all of these aspects, the drivers in place, you will be in a position to command any price that you want. The other one is that businesses whereby someone will come and say, oh, I like your business. Is it possible that I do, are you open to selling? You say yes, and they're like, okay, here's our offer, but our offer is subject to us doing a due diligence and being happy with the results of the due diligence. Then after, we will give you a binding offer and conclude on a transaction. There are some businesses whereby some business owners whereby they've lost on that opportunity of getting a firm offer because their stuff was not in order. Imagine a solicitor coming and wanting to get your financials, and you're saying, oh yeah, I've been focusing on making the business grow. I haven't done financials for 3 years. There's no way that you can get a solid offer from that person. The one thing that will come out from the buyer would say, if he can do basic things of financials, what is there that he's not doing? So that you have got a much bigger chance of getting a binding offer from a solicitor. So what we have is that we've got a program that we are offering. It's a monthly program done online, whether Zoom or Teams, whereby you will be in a position to meet with myself over a period of 1.5 hours on a like Zoom call, and you'll also have an opportunity to consult where if you needed something for your business. And the program gives you access to a program whereby you can document almost you can document your business plan. You can document your goals, your vision, your mission, your goals, your differentiating factors, the problem that you are trying to solve. So you'll be able to document that. Most importantly, your action plan. We all know that sometimes one of the things that we miss in our strategies is that it's so good to go and spend 2 days at the Bosberad and you are busy doing a strategy. It's so good, but if that strategy doesn't have an action plan, it's as good as it not being as it not existing. So this program is almost like your accountability partner of some sort. So the program is cloud-based, so you actually don't need to buy it and it resides on your computer. You can actually, it's a cloud-based system, you've got access to it. We provide you with monthly videos. We provide you with monthly and weekly newsletters. Some of the newsletters I write myself. And then there's radio episodes where you learn from other entrepreneurs that have gone through some of the issues that we could be going through. And we've got also tools, worksheets that you can utilize to actually improve your business. And the program is designed for businesses that are between 2 million and 8 million of businesses in a growth stage. So it really depends on the type of industry you're in and how and in us determining whether you are suitable for the business. It would be easier if you were to contact myself and then we look at that and then we can agree that you are suitable to be in the program. And so the investment for this program is a 4,400 per month, excluding VAT, where over a period of 8 months. Sorry, between 8 and 10 months, I just need to confirm. And during that time, you will be meeting with me on a bi-weekly basis and for the coaching, and you will be getting all those resources. So currently we are working on the first cohort is full. It's starting in April, and we are looking at another cohort, and the maximum number of people that we can take in the program, it's only 8 people. And we make it 8 because we want to be in a position to, and I want to be in a position to engage with the cohort members properly. Imagine if it was a big class, it would be very difficult to actually engage. So if you are keen in being part of the program and you know of someone who is interested in being part of the program, you are most welcome in the chat box. You are most welcome to type I'm in. You just type I'm in, and Joy will be in a position to send you a response email as to when we can set up our session. And lastly, from my side is there's a book that I would like to offer everyone who's attended the session today. And the book is called 8 Ways to Reinvent Yourself in a Crisis. And this book came about after a lot of businesses died during COVID. And there are those that could not resuscitate the business. So this book, it's not a long book, it's about 12 pages. And it deals with entrepreneurs who have gone through a crisis and they would like to reinvent themselves. And let me just also say that reinventing yourself doesn't only come with after you have gone through a crisis. Sometimes you need to be forward looking. You can see that the market is oversaturated and you'd like to venture into something else as a business owner. So this book will allow you to actually look at different strategies from those that have walked the path before us. So if you are keen in getting this book, just type also in, and we will be in a position to send you the book. Those that can see the question and answers, one of the guys that attended the program is saying, I was fortunate to have gone through the program, but realized that implementation of each goal segment of the program sometimes takes longer than planned. How can one have a realistic timeline? And what would be for an FSP in general? Thanks, Des, for your question. And so I think when we started, especially your program, it was really packed. It was really packed that Momentum wanted us to do the program over a short period of time. So you would have noted that previously I had said that we can focus on, let's say you focus on 3 areas in 1 year, because you can never implement all 8 drivers in 1 year. So you can focus on 3 areas in 1 year and work through those. And after you have achieved your goals in year 1, you can say, okay, my goals, my strategy for year 2 is 1, 2, 3. So that is how you can implement it. By year 3, you would have actually worked on all the goals within your business. And then you go back, you review. And that's actually what happens when you do strategy development. With strategy development, we don't focus on improving the entire business. We give ourselves an opportunity to focus on specific areas. And once you focus on specific areas, and you can put that and say, this quarter, I'm going to work on personnel, training personnel, improving personnel. And once that is bedded down, you say, what would be our goals for the next term? And the next term, you focus on specific things. You are in a position, because you already know, specifically for you, Des, you already know some of the areas that have been a pain for you in your business. And I would say prioritize the areas that you feel that are very critical in your business, and also some of the quick wins that you can have in your business. So once you do that, you will be in a position to start identifying small things and actually work on them. I'm hoping that I have answered you. And thanks for the question, Des. So I see there's quite a few people that are interested in the coaching and interested in the book. Ramang, we will be in contact with you and put you in one of the cohorts that will be starting if you are interested in that. And for those that have attended the sessions, this is one of the 3 sessions. You guys are lucky, because in the second part of the year, we're going to start charging for our program, for our webinars. And I just want to thank you for the support that you have given us and that you are continuing to give us. What I would like you to do for us is go to our YouTube page. It's MMCP Advisors. On our YouTube page, like the content that we provide there, and even some of these presentations, the webinars, you can access all the webinars that we had from last year. You can still access them just to review as well. And subscribe where possible, so that whenever we start having some of these sessions, you actually get access to those sessions. I want to thank you for continuously supporting us. And I'm hoping that one day I am going to see you as part of our program, and also going to see you selling your business at the value that you would like to sell it at. We go into business to make money. Yes, there is a passion, but we go into business that those businesses could benefit us and to benefit our families. And I would like to thank you again from the bottom of my heart. Thank you very much for this afternoon, and have a good afternoon. Cheers.